Okay, so what is going on, people? Back with another one of these. I've done a lot of these, well, I haven't done a lot of these lately, but I've uploaded a lot of these lately. Slight difference on account of the whole thing where I had a bunch of these piling up over in that there corner. 6 to be exact. So, I don't think I've put up all of them just yet, but that's fine. This one actually arrived yesterday, so it's more current than those other ones. So that would make this the February crate. I'm not sure what all's in here, but we're going to find out together just like we always do, though some of you that pay attention will find out just a little earlier than me in some ways because you're going to see the card before I see the card, right? Because I never see the card until the very end. But moving on past that, let's go ahead and get on into this so I can move on with the rest of my day, which is going to include making dinner because I'm a little hungry. I had a little peanut butter and jelly sandwich a moment ago, which I get that, maybe some people grow out of that phase. I didn't. You toast the bread, get a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of jelly, or use that goober stuff that I do, which is all in one little jar. Fantastic. Fantastic. Super huge supporter of that. Anyways, I'm also a supporter of these, so we're going to go ahead and get on into this little pro wrestling crate as soon as this box stops fighting with me and see what we see in here. So, first things first, this is the spoiler card. And there are these spoilers. So go ahead and take note of that unless you're Derek Armstrong. He also likes to look away from these things, and I don't blame him. So gonna set that over here, spoiler side down, of course. For those of you looking closely, you saw that this month's charity is the mambaon3.org. So that's where all the money goes that they made off of this month's crates. So the people that died and the families of them, along, Kobe and everybody else, that's where the money's going. So kind of cool, right? First and foremost, set this up here. Oh, AEW pay-per-view is coming up this weekend. Revolution. It's going to be Chris Jericho versus old Moxley down there, which you can barely see because that box is in the way, and some other stuff. Should be a good time, though. I will be ordering that, and it should be worth the money. All right, here we go. The Iron Sheik. What does that say at the bottom? I break your back, make you humble. Wow, that is a bold statement, but he meant it. He truly did. So there's that, a little closer for you. So bam. All right. Honestly, I don't really have a whole lot to say about this particular shirt. I do like the color because I do like the green. I was thinking for a second that this might go fairly well with like the shoes I'm going to be unboxing in a little while here, which is what this box is. Not relevant right now though. But yeah, so set that guy over there. And then next shirt up, moving right along because no need to drag out this video. What is that? Oh, Macho Man. Very nice. Randy Savage. So looking at that here, he's got like the flag style clothing thing going on. Bring that in here real close for you. Macho Man. See? Yeah. It's got a nice vintage look to it. Just the way the shirt looks and, with the older style. So I kind of like that. I feel like I have a lot of Macho Man shirts at this point because I bought 2 during a Pro Wrestling Tees sale and I already owned a couple. I think I just wore one the other day. Yeah, I did. So, I don't know, I probably have like 5 of those things. Not the same shirt, but still 5 in general. And, okay, next up, got a little fanny pack in here. So these are super cool if you're Mick Foley. He can pull them off, right? Because he's got that vibe. Not everybody can and not everybody wants to. I'm more in the latter camp and probably also the former because I don't think I can pull this off. I don't want to either, though. So that's why I say I'm also in the second one. But it is what it is. It's here, and I have a couple of these on kind of these crate things. The last 2 that I got were in the style of like the belts, right? Or the titles as they're called now. So kind of cool, but again, I would feel very ridiculous wearing it. Not to say I never will, because sometimes it's okay to be a little ridiculous. But normal day to day, for that kind of thing, I'm thinking no. Not this, I'm talking like the belt ones. Alright, next up, what is this? This Kaufman versus Lawler, be a part of history. Buy the shirt exclusive only at Pro Wrestling Tees. I don't remember the whole thing about why this mattered, but it did. It was kind of a big deal for some amount of time. So in a way, it makes me want that shirt. See if I can get that a little closer for you guys. There you go. So yeah, this was April 1982. I was 1 month old. Almost 1 month old. 2 more days and I would have been a whole month. So again, birthday's coming up. Don't leave me empty-handed, people. But seriously though, if you do want to do something for my birthday, what I'm going to suggest to you, because it's going to help me out a little bit and requires you to do mostly nothing, somewhere on this channel, I don't know where, I don't know how you do it, but I have playlists. Find them, find the long ones. So the Nike reviews one, find it, click on it, and just let it play through all the ads. You don't have to click anything. Don't click anything, because unless it looks interesting to you, because then you're probably just going to get more ads and weird pop-ups on like Google and searches and all that stuff for the things that you're not into. So unless you're into the ad, click on it, sure. But if you're not, don't. Just let it play. Let the playlist go. I'll get some amount of money out of it. Then I'll be rolling in the pennies, and that'll be all right for me. And I will thank you personally if you say that you did that. That's a guarantee, not a just thing that I say. All right, so right here we are looking at Kamala. Remember him, like the Ugandan warrior? Get that real close in there. See, that's what he looked like. This dude went through some rough times, like on account of the diabetes and whatnot. There's the backside for those of you who want to see the backside. But yeah, he went through some diabetes things. Now he's got like either one leg or no legs. I think he had one taken away and then lost the other one like years later. Not great, not great. Okay. Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game. I don't think that there's anybody who's seeing one of these videos and doesn't know who Ric Flair is. Even if you are just here for the shoes, most people have heard the name Ric Flair. So, let's see. Featured matches: Ric Flair and Crusher Blackwell versus Dory Funk Jr. and Ken Patera. No idea who that is. Some of those guys. Ric Flair versus Kerry Von Erich. Ric Flair versus Art Cruz. Ric Flair and Crusher Blackwell versus Barry Windham and Kerry Von Erich. Ric Flair versus Samu. Ric Flair versus Pat O'Connor. Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes. I'd watch that. Ric Flair versus NWA champion Harley Race. I could have not said Ric Flair in each one of those things because it's obvious he's in those matches. But I started it and I was like, you know what? I'm committing. I'm going to knock this out. I'm going to say it each and every time. And I did. And Ultimate Warrior, a little pin here. He was in the last video that I uploaded anyway. Not necessarily the last one that I shot, because it was like Masks and Paint Part 1 from October 2018. And now this, a poster to go with that thing. That shirt that you can buy. So, April 1982, Kaufman versus Lawler. Where was this? Mid-South Coliseum, Memphis, Tennessee. If you're ever in Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry Lawler has a barbecue restaurant down. I think it's down there. Pretty sure it's down there. Down where, you ask? Ask Scott Hall. Anyway, so, moving on right along. I didn't go to the restaurant. I went by it, but I didn't go in it. And I think I probably took a picture or something. I don't know. Because that's what you do, you know. You see things that are cool and you take pictures of them. And then you do absolutely nothing with those pictures because you forget by the time it matters to do anything. Alright. Right here. Signed picture of Arn Anderson. Some of you may know him from AEW lately because he's Cody Rhodes' enforcer or coach or something to that effect. Some kind of thing. Not quite sure what. But that's him. That's him, old Arn Anderson. And if you were paying attention to ECW later on, you maybe you recall C.W. Anderson. Not related, but he used the name because it's kind of like one of those, I'm gonna adopt this name to kind of like give a slight nod to this guy who I respect for whatever reasons. Anyway, so yeah, a little bit of history for you on some things. And that concludes the box. As you see, it is now empty, so my job here is done. Which means that now the last thing to do is to wrap up this video. Alright, so the next one I do of these, it'll probably be one of those old ones that just gets uploaded like in a week or so. Or within a week or so. And then I'll get back to doing another one next month. when the next one rolls around, don't have any other wrestling shirts coming around. So the next bunch of videos, other than the 1 or 2 that are remaining from the previous group, will be shoes. So we'll be getting this thing back to where a lot of you like it to be, and that's cool. But until then, everyone out there, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Again, if you want to watch those playlists, they're somewhere. Click them, let them play. I'd super appreciate it, just as much as I appreciate you. All right, later, people.